Oh my goodness, guys. May is done and I had so much fun this month. First of all, we see in that first line, income. I predicted that I didn't predict, but when May 1st was started, I was on schedule to make $7,461 in income. And that was going to be a struggle for me because I realized I'm a freaking expensive person. I'm almost like I'm my own child. I cost more than daycare. So $7,000, $7,500 is almost a struggle month for me. I have to really be tight on my budget, really watch my expenses, really move things around a lot during the month because as we all know, things come up during the month. In the beginning of the month, I said I had enough in my budget just to put $50 in savings. Man, the end of May came around and I wasn't even going to put $50 in savings. And then something spectacularly awesome happened on May 26th. I got a couple of $1,000s extra in one fell swoop at the end of the month, and that put my income at $10,030. So my income for the month of May, $10,030. Let me show you guys what I did with it. First, gifts. And again, we see that in pink are where I did better than expected. Blue is where I did worse than expected. And there's going to be some things that you see like the numbers higher, but it's not highlighted at all because even though technically it can be considered not being on budget task, it was all good. I mean, this is just what it is. So gifts, I said I was going to do $600 in gifts. I end up doing $750 in gifts. In the month of May, a few things happened. One of my best friends retired from the military. I had a housewarming I was going to, my sister's birthday, Memorial Day. So there was a lot of things that happened, and that money moved up, or I end up being more generous than I originally thought I was going to be and spent more, and I'm all good with that. HOA $95, gas, electricity $100 and $200. Cell phone, I said $250, I spent $245. I'm noticing that my bill is always around $245, so in the upcoming months that will just be $245. Cable $150. It came in at $130. What I did is I returned all of my boxes. Now, the only room in my house that has a cable box is the living room. I love it that way because it's really forcing me not to rely so much on TV. And to watch TV, I have to intentionally be in the living room. So now even watching TV is an act of intention. Love it. Securities, the home security systems, $125, lawn, $120. Property tax, that's pink. Why? Because originally I said $140, but I ended up spending $295 because what happened is when I got this extra money, I was able to pay the entire bill. One half of the bill was due in May, and the second half is due in October. So now I'm not going to have to pay that second half in October because I took care of it all now. Insurances, $210. Business fees, $200. Netflix, $10. Checking. I said I wanted to keep my checking account at a $200 balance. That's like $100 per paycheck. And what I normally do is I just add enough to bring that balance back up to $100. So when I get paid, I look to see what I'm short $100, and that's what I put in. And when I get paid on the second time, I look to see what I'm short of that $100, and I put it in. So what happened is I only had to add an additional $55 to keep that at $100 per paycheck. Mediterranean cruise. So excited. So basically I said I was going to pay $525, which was going to just be paying a portion of the Mediterranean cruise. But because I had the extra money that came in, I was able to pay off my entire balance for my Mediterranean cruise that I will be going on in September. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 185 camping. Okay, so I went with friends to Deer Valley, Pennsylvania for a camping trip for Mother's Day, and I spent $257 because we went to, her husband was in a bodybuilding competition in Pittsburgh, and we went there, and the ticket alone just to go to the pre-judging and the judging show was $60. So I didn't originally budget for that. And then of course, being in Pittsburgh and not at camp, we had to pay to eat food. So, you know, it just ended up being more than what I originally budgeted for. So that's why that is blue. Long Island, me and my girls, my gratitude girls, we did our gratitude trip to celebrate our 1 year of doing daily gratitude lists. And we decided to go to Long Island to visit our girlfriend who is also on the list with us. And I budgeted $200 for that. And that was to include gas, tolls, all of that. And I only ended up spending $120. That trip was absolutely amazing. Her house is like being at a bed and breakfast. It's absolutely gorgeous. Her husband is a super spectacular handyman. So that house was just awesome. They had the pool heated at 90 degrees for us, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend when we doing this budget life, because I think that's like $300 just to heat a pool for 1 day. And I'm like, yo, that is not the budget way. But I super appreciated it. We were in the hot tub. We had a seafood lobster fest dinner. It was just the best money that $120 could buy. Right here, rental repairs. I have a rental that I rent out, and the refrigerator broke, so I had to get the refrigerator fixed, and that was $100. And what I love about this budget life is, you know, we save as much as possible to our savings account so that when things like this pop up, it's not an emergency. It's just another day in the life of, and we get to handle it. So, you know, that wasn't no big deal. Brakes and rotors. The reason why that is pink is because originally in my video, my May budget video, I had said I was going to have to pull that money from savings to cover that expense, because $7,000 was not going to be able to pay that. And it's in pink because I did not have to touch my savings because I had made extra money this month. I was able to pay for that. And I also said I wanted only to pay $350 or $300, and it came $460. Come to find out, the original quote I got was the best quote. I got more quotes and they were all higher than that. And that includes new rotors. So I didn't have like, what is it called? Rotors cleaned up. Old rotors cleaned up. I got brand new rotors, so that's what that is. Got my hair done this month. Then I also decided my birthday, which is June 2nd, I wanted to do something, so I bought a ticket to the Patti LaBelle concert. That was $155. And then Memorial Day, my family ended up surprising me on Memorial Day. 15 people deep. They came on Sunday, actually. 15 people deep showed up on my doorstep. I did not know they were coming. They had cake and they sung happy birthday to me. And it was just amazing. So because I had like, you know, I had $60 left over here, I decided to spend that money here. And so that is exactly what I spent hosting my family. And that is different for me too, because normally I just pay for everything. But it was like, yo, look, I got $20 on it. I got this, I got that. I went and got some sake and plum wine and for them. And then we got pizza, and I went in on the pizza with them instead of just paying for the whole pizza, all the pizzas. We ordered like 5 boxes of pizza and 4 things of wings and drinks. And we had to get cereal, milk for the kids. But that was, you know, it was a lot of us. So that was super awesome that I only spent $56. And it was great having my peoples here. And then the next day for Memorial Day, we always go to my grandfather's gravesite and we visit him, and we pretty much have like a party in the cemetery. I don't know what other people feel about it, but yo, we have a good time. And I'm pretty sure all my nephews and nieces, you know, 5 years old, 4 years old, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they think of it as like, you know, Graveyard Park or something. It's absolutely beautiful. And that was a wonderful experience to share with my family. Down here, what I do here, I don't necessarily budget for it. I just try to be mindful of my spending. So we call it mindful spending. And I try to compare it to what I did the month before. Last month, I spent $212 in gas. This month, $115. Almost like $100 less. Last month I spent $177 in restaurants. This month, $184. And even though it's blue, I'm super fine with that, simply because, again, that includes, so if you add up these numbers, they're not going to add up evenly, because this here may include things that were already talked about here. But I just want to, keep track of my restaurants, my groceries, regardless of the event. So here, this includes being in Long Island, going to Pennsylvania, and that sort of thing. And in groceries, I spent $168 last month, spent $176 this month. Miscellaneous spending, I spent $56. And again, y'all, that was super awesome, because let me tell you, that $56, I actually got my plane ticket to Portland. I'm going to Portland in June. And I bought a plane ticket. It was like $11 because, of course, I use points. So that includes that. That includes going to see one of my coworker friends. She was in a play, Addams Family Musical. I went to go do that. So, yeah, $13 in parking. Oh, I did a tour of the Arlington Cemetery. So I paid to do the Arlington Cemetery tour, and plus I parked nice and conveniently. And so that includes some good stuff, the $56. Savings, I said I was going to save $50. I end up saving $144 this month in May. And mortgage, I said I wanted to put $3,701 to mortgage. Actually did $4,105 to my mortgage. May, super fun. June is going to be even better. Again, the better it gets, the better it gets. It's a motto that me and my friends, we swear by, and it is so true. So this is how I spent my May. How did you spend yours? Talk to you guys later. Peace.